Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Must have a hunter mindset in business. Check it out, right? If you really want to make money as a business person, you got to think like a hunter. Think about a hunter, particularly in indigenous cultures, not a sport hunter, right? Because let's be real, nowadays you got some hunters, they might hunt deer or whatever, deer, duck or whatever, but they know if they don't get that deer or that duck or something, they go home and they still got a steak. There's a beer, the fridge, and everything, a full fridge. Shoot, they might have so much food in there, they might have to throw some stuff out, right? No, I'm talking about hunters as in cultures where if they don't catch the food, they don't eat. That's it. Seriously, it's just that simple. You don't catch the food, you don't eat, right? That's how you got to think. And you got to have that mindset in business. Because think about it. See, here's the thing. When you working on a regular job, you know pretty much all you had to do is just show up. You're going to get paid. And let's be real. A lot of people don't work hard on jobs. And I've seen this working in retail. I've seen this working in retail, office jobs, the government. A lot of people don't work them. They don't actually work the amount of hours they do. In fact, people have been on some of these jobs and they figured out how to get a whole day without doing anything. And it depends, seriously. Yeah, there's some days they might work hard, but then there's some days, depending on the customers or where they work, especially in a lot of offices. Let's be real. A lot of people could do their real work in an hour, and then they stretching out the rest of the day, right? But regardless, when you have that 9 to 5, regardless of what you got to do, you're gonna make some money. It really is just show up. But when you in business, it ain't like that. It is not like that. Even if you own a store or something, a retail establishment, you don't know how many people gonna come in. You know, you don't know how much money you're gonna make that day. You might have, like, I remember I worked at this one retail place, and it was a store that sold like African clothing and sculptures. There would be days I would come in and we might see like 5 people the whole day, my whole time there, right? But then another day I come in and it's crowded. It is crowded. So, one day I might like bring in maybe $500 if I'm lucky. Then another day might bring in 3,000, right? And those just on like brick and mortar businesses. If you got an online business or you provide a service, you don't have steady money, you know, because when the customers might not need your services all the time. I mean, even if you provide a service like cutting hair, you definitely might have some regular customers. And usually you will, but what happens when a customer decides, oh, they don't need a haircut or they don't get it that day or whatever? You're missing that money and you had gotten used to it, right? So, like, as a hunter mindset, though, that means every single day you get up, you got to think, I got to make some money. You got to work for it. You got to work for it. You got to treat it, you got to start with a ledger of zero. Like you don't have any money. Like you can't call in your work. You gotta go in there and hustle. Even if you own like a retail shop or something, right? You gotta have the mindset, okay, I gotta get this sale. You still gotta work that person. See, no matter what, like you in business, you gotta think every single day. Like I'm gonna tell you what, I do very well with my business now. I do very well, but I have to think, okay, what I'm going to do today to keep that money flowing. What ideas do I have? What am I going to do in the future? Because even doing this YouTube stuff, I don't know what's going to happen on YouTube. I don't know which videos are going to like really explode or barely get any views. But every single day I have to pay attention. I have to see, okay, what's working for me, what isn't working for me, That's why on my other platforms, I'm constantly putting on new stuff. because you got to think, okay, I got to keep this money flowing. Okay, I got to wake up. I got to have another idea. Like my primary business is just sharing my knowledge, right? So every day I got to think, okay, I got to share something new or a different angle on something I talked about or something that might be trending, whatever. But that's a hunter mindset. You always got to think, okay, how can I generate more business? How can I generate steady business? How can I generate more business? How can I bring in money today? You got to wake up every day. I don't care. You might have had whatever your business is, you could have made $2,000 that one day, regardless of your business, services or sales, whatever. You have to wake up that next morning with the idea of zero. Even if you had the type of business that has clients, that booked clients, right? You don't know if they're going to show up. They might cancel or something. But you still have to have that mindset no matter what. Because when you're in business, you can't take anything for granted. I'm quite sure before this COVID thing, a lot of people took their businesses for granted. They're like, oh, yeah, I'll make this money. I'll do this. I'll get this many people. Then COVID hit. There were a lot of people who had planned, especially like people who planned events, different projects. All of a sudden, a few months beforehand, all of a sudden the time come and, they're under a shutdown. Or, it's limited people. If they were lucky enough to keep their business open, it's limited people getting their products. So you have to think about it every single day. Every single day, you got to think, how I'm going to make that money. There was an old saying, like, you got to make the donuts. Every single day, you got to think about that. I got to make the donuts. But you got to have that hunter mindset. You got to go out there and get that food, or you don't eat. That's how you got to look at it. You want to eat, you got to do it. Like one thing, anytime I had to spend money on some product, maybe for the business or get something business related, or just spend money, period, I have to think, okay, I got to replace that money and come back with more. It always happens because I stay in that mindset, because I have a hunter mindset. This is very key, very important. So when you out here in business, you got to think like a hunter. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. So I want y'all to think on that. So you know the deal. Let's go make that money.